Hi guys, welcome back to what's going to be the first video on this channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at 7 different pairs of earplugs. So obviously we've got the Speedo Ergo earplugs, we've got the Zoggs Aqua Junior, we have the Zoggs Silicon Moldable earplugs, we have the Arena Earplugs Pro, we have the Nike earplugs, and we have the, over here, we have the Speedo Biofuse earplugs. So all pretty good options, so let's take a look at these earplugs and go through what I think of them. So, if we first of all, we're going to take a look at these Zoggs Silicon Moldable earplugs. So, the first thing I would say is they're quite watertight, very popular for that reason. Obviously they're very watertight, you can wear them under a hat very easily. Obviously, like all the other ones, they come in a case. My one thing with them is, obviously, over time they do get a bit horrible, and then you have to replace them. So they do become quite an expensive option over time, but to buy one box isn't actually too expensive, but over time they can become more expensive. And obviously that's quite a lot of plastic. Just, for example, I was using a pair in the sea one time, and they literally just fell out and I never found them again. So they do obviously get a lot weaker. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going to keep them for a long time, wearing a hat. So that's even like if you want to keep them 6 months, you'll definitely need a hat by the end, even if you wash them. Like I try and wash them with shampoo and still have a problem. But initially they'll actually be really good earplugs and probably some of the best out of all these options. So discussing the best earplugs, that moves us on to these ones. These are the Speedo Ergo thingamajiggies. I find them to be very watertight, so obviously they go in like that way and that bit sticks out. So I find them to be very watertight, hardly any water got in my ears, even without a hat on, which I was very impressed with. However, this bit here does stick out quite a bit, which means you can't wear them with a hat either, so you have to wear them without a hat. But thankfully they're good enough to be watertight without a hat, which is obviously very impressive. My only one thing I would say about them is they do seem to have a hole going through them. Now, see, I don't think any water would really get through that to cause any problems, but it's probably something worth bearing in mind if you want to keep your ears 100% watertight. Okay, so, and now we're going to move on to the other pair of Speedo ones, the Speedo Biofuse. So these ones have these 4 rings, which is quite a lot, and they go into your ears, and this obviously just goes upwards in your ears. And yeah, I guess they'd be good to have. For me, they stick out quite a bit, so when I'm wearing a hat they're quite painful, and if I don't wear a hat they let water in, so for me they're not good. However, I've seen lots of positive reviews of them, so don't rule them out. I think they can be good, although they are actually one of the more expensive earplugs. Just didn't know that. So yeah, personally not for me, but I think I've seen very good reviews, so might be worth having a look at. So next we have the Nike earplugs, or Nike. I'm gonna get bullied for that now. So they're clear, they go in your ears like that. I found, once again, like the previous ones, they stick out a bit too much, and they're not exactly watertight when you use them without a hat. That's kind of all I really have to say, but I was kind of disappointed. I thought maybe they'd be good, but yeah, because these ones are like £6, so once again, a more expensive option on the list. Okay, so we're next going to move on to another pair of Zoggs Skull earplugs. Actually, also one of my favourites. They are the junior version, but actually they seem to be very good. So unlike the Speedo ones, the hole doesn't go all the way through. As you can see there, that is completely sealed. Yeah, so they go in there, then they hook around your ears like headphones. I find them to be quite watertight. I find them to be also quite good under a hat. So honestly, they're quite a good option for me. However, obviously for some people the adult one will fit better, but for some reason these ones fit really well and they're junior, and then some of the adult ones feel too small, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, I think they're a really good one, and they obviously have really like, they've got like a moulded case, which is pretty cool, and they've also got holes in which you can obviously drain the water out, because obviously water will go into that bit there, so just drain out the water, which is quite nice. Stop them going mouldy. Very good. And we have just, I think, one more pair to look at before we rank all of the earplugs from worst to best. And it's the Arena Earplugs Pro. Yeah, they're pretty good earplugs. However, obviously they're very flexible, as you can kind of see. Yeah. However, I find when you put them in your ears with a hat on and you bend that, it pulls this up, which means water can get in even easier, which is obviously a shame. And I would also say that with a hat on, they're actually quite small in your ears compared to other earplugs. So, for example, if we go and get a comparison from these, so if we just look at how thick this tube is there, and you compare it to how thin they can go, it's quite a big difference. And obviously this bit at the top, sorry, is quite a lot wider. You can kind of see that there. See that? And that. Well, it is definitely a bit bigger, which makes them a bit more watertight than these ones. But they obviously weren't far off being the right size, so definitely worth checking out, but personally not the right size for me. Okay, so now we come to the point in the video where we need to rank these from worst to best. So obviously, when we talk about earplugs, there's a lot of opinion. It's not necessarily just the best overall for everyone. Obviously there's some bits which will be the same, but most things I'll discuss will be just for me. So please bear that in mind when choosing a pair of earplugs. So we're going to start with my least favourite earplugs on the list. And it's kind of like a joint ones, because they just genuinely just didn't even feel close to fitting me. So that was the Nike ones and the Speedo Biofuse. Not to be confused with the other Speedo ones, which are a bit higher up. So obviously, like we've previously said, they stick out my ears quite a bit, so they're useless with a hat. And when I don't have a hat on, they're not very watertight, so really not one to put in my kit bag, even as a spare. Okay, and next up we've got the Arenas, which were slightly better, because they stopped a bit more water and you could wear them under a hat, so that meant them keeping your ears dry for a little bit longer, but not much longer. Hence why they are not any higher up than fourth. And now it gets quite tight. Now I've got three very good pairs of earplugs. I'm going to put in third, I'm going to put the Zoggs earplugs. Obviously my main thing about these is when you wear them without a hat, I don't find them as watertight as the other two options. They're also slightly more annoying under a cap, although you could easily argue that they should be second rather than first, as our other Zoggs ones will be second, as they are a lot easier to wear under a hat. So I think they're ideal for racing or for open water swimming, where you have to wear a swim cap in most situations. Yeah. Obviously these ones aren't very reusable, these ones are, so there's arguments for both, but I've gone with these ones are slightly better. And obviously finally we have our Speedo Ergo earplugs, I think that's how you say it. And obviously, like I've said many times, they are very watertight. I honestly have no complaints. So obviously this goes in your ear, just giving a little bit more security in your ear and keeping more watertight. I have mentioned the hole. I'm probably going to find out if that's meant to be there. I think it is meant to be there, but find out if it's actually letting any water in my ears. But I'll let you guys know on that. But anyway, for now, these are my favourites. I think they're very good. And yeah, that's probably it for the video. And I'll just drop them everywhere. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below. Comment any questions you have about the earplugs. If you want me to review any more in another video, let me know. And subscribe if you enjoyed the content and want to see more videos like this. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon.